Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for a premiere video. This is probably going to premiere at like 2 o'clock or so, maybe sooner. I haven't decided yet. But this is for a re-review because I remember reviewing this album back in March 9th of 2018, which you guys know which album I'm going to review. It's for 3 Days Grace's sixth studio album, Outsider. And this is the re-review, so this is going to be a more updated version on what I really think of this album now. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this 12-track album, which is a runtime of like 39 minutes and some seconds. So I'll let you know what I thought of this sixth studio album by 3 Days Grace. This was their last album before the new album that's going to come out in 2 months, so yeah, let's dive into this album review, or re-review, I should say. Now, what did I think of this album overall? I have my problems with it. Basically, Right, Left, Wrong is the opening track, and the second verse to it sucks. I didn't like the second verse. It changed the melody, changed the tune of the song. It just didn't flow well. It was all over the place, honestly. So Right, Left, Wrong's getting a 4 out of 5. It's a decent track. It has some moments where it does good. Like the chorus is pretty strong. But the lyric choices in it, that's where I have a bit of an issue with. So 4 out of 5 for Right, Left, Wrong. Next comes The Mountain. And I think it's a little weaker than the last song, Right, Left, Wrong. I'd give it a 3.5 out of 5. I just don't feel for the chorus. Some of the verses are fine, but the chorus is kind of annoying where he kind of mumbles and just, it doesn't sound great lyrically. And I know it's a more upbeat song to face your demons and climb that mountain to reach to the top for your battling depression and all that stuff. So it's more of a kind of a workout kind of song and all that. And the music video showed a guy working out and boxing and all that. So I think the music video was fine, but the song was not really that great. But 3.5 out of 5 for The Mountain. Wasn't a huge fan of it. I Am an Outsider is an okay track. I'm not really feeling for the overall sound to it, and Matt Waltz singing in it. I'm glad that he found his comfort zone into sounding better with his voice, but it's just the lyrics that I have a problem with this song. So 3 out of 5 for I Am an Outsider. I just don't like the part where he says, I don't care about the in crowd. I'm like, what the fuck is that lyric there for? uh, so yeah, I Am an Outsider's getting a 3 out of 5. Infrared is the next one, and I like the drum work and the guitar work, but still has some repetitiveness with Matt Waltz going back into the same lyric and then the same lyric again with the opening verse to the song. It just doesn't sound very good. And the chorus is pretty strong, but I just can't like this song that much. So 3.5 out of 5 for Infrared. Nothing to Lose But You. Great song. Really like it. It was probably one of the strongest tracks on the album. So I'd give it a 5 out of 5. I like the chorus a lot. I like some of the verses. Lyrically, it's much better and somewhat better, but it executes well with the melody and all that. So I think you guys will like Nothing to Lose But You. Me Against You. Hate this song. So annoying with Matt Waltz using his yelling screams or whatever the fuck he's trying to use with the I'm down so low or whatever lyric. and I just can't like this song. So boo on this song, 3 Days Grace. This is your worst song. And I just was not that happy with this song and the outcome of my reaction to it. I was like, boo, boo. I was just doing this, boo. I'm just kidding, but still, I just didn't like this song, so 2.5 out of 5. Love Me or Leave Me, a snooze fest to get through. I just couldn't like this song, so 2.5 out of 5. It's so disappointing that these tracks 6 and 7 are the very weakest songs on the album. So 2.5 out of 5 for Love Me or Leave Me. I thought I was gonna like some moments in it, but I just found it to be boring and dull. It just was a dull song to get through. Strange Days is the next one, and that was a little better, but lyrically, it's fine. It's not perfect, so 3.5 out of 5. Some of the way that Matt Waltz is singing the song kind of can sound a little sus, meaning cringe, is what I'm trying to say. Villain I'm Not is the next one, and that was a pretty strong song. It's a solid track. It's not perfect, and that's the mailman going by. So please forgive me on hearing that sound. Villain I'm Not's getting a 4.5 out of 5. I didn't hate this song. I found some moments where I liked it. Chasing the First Time is a decent song. Some lyrics on it are repetitive, but in a way, I think the song structurally is decent. So 4 out of 5. The New Reel kind of was interesting, talking about people, famous people, and the Somebody Special lyric. I like the chorus a lot. It's kind of catchy, honestly, and it just makes you sing along to it. So 5 out of 5 for The New Reel. I kind of enjoyed the song for what it was. Yeah, it may not be a perfect song, not the best 3 Days Grace song, but it's something at least. And finally, we get to The Abyss, and that was a really good closing track. So 5 out of 5. Overall, production, mixing, and execution, this album had problems with its overall sound. And there was probably like 3 songs I really loved from this album. The rest had its issues. So, yeah, I think when I reviewed it in 2018, I gave it a 7. It might get a little lower than that now, because I have some problems with this album, and I don't think I'm going to be buying it on CD, because this was the kind of epiphany of almost bad kind of album. So it's a mixed 50-50 album. There's good songs, and then there's some cringy ones, and some bad ones. So overall, I think 3 Days Grace Outsider, the re-review I did for you guys, is meh. It's not perfect, but it's something to keep us entertained until the next album, which is Explosions, which is dropping May 6th, which I hope they pull it off with a good album, but if they don't, then you won't see a good review from me, because I'm kind of worried about this new 3 Days Grace album, Explosions. But first score for me, I'm going to give 3 Days Grace Outsider a 6 out of 10. It was meh. It's okay, and my okay rating's like a 6.5 out of 10, so it's a meh album. It's not perfect, but there's just 2 songs on here I kind of dislike, like Me Against You and Love Me or Leave Me. I just didn't feel for this album structurally, and I'm glad that Matt Waltz found his comfort zone into sounding much better on this album. But it's just the lyric choices on some of this album that kind of bum me out and just piss me off a bit with how it sounds. So, yeah, 6 out of 10 for Outsider. It's not very good, but it's meh. But comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of this re-review for Outsider, the 3 Days Grace album, if you've heard it. And if you enjoyed this re-review, because it's a more updated review than my last review, because the last review I was saying that some songs were good and all that, I'm like, this album has problems. So my 2018 self was going through a lot of shit that year with mental health issues and all that. So I was really off the rails in 2018, towards the summer of 2018. But I started getting better with my content a little later on in the 2020s. So hopefully you've been enjoying my reviews from 2020 to now. But if you did enjoy this album review, it's a lengthy album review, but I wanted to give you my official thoughts and my reaction to what I really thought of this album. And keep in mind, it's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me on it. It's just how I felt when I was listening to this album. But tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can to support the channel. I will be returning to you for another review. It's probably going to be tomorrow, I think. Or I might do one tonight before I go do laundry. I might have to delay the Twitch stream again. And I'm really sorry that I have to delay it. It's just I'm so caught up on real life stuff. Like I gotta go do laundry. I got a lot of laundry to do, so it's gonna be a mess to get through. So it's gonna cost some money. But yeah. I hope you enjoyed this lengthy review for 3 Days Grace Outsider. Keep in mind, I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. It's not a very good album, but it's meh. It's not, it's kind of skippable of an album in their discography. So, it's the weakest album, the very weakest from Transit of Venus. But if you did enjoy this album review, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of this album. And stay safe. Take care. I gotta go to work very soon, so I won't do another video till tonight. So I'll definitely see you in my next review.